Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Next Level Her podcast. I'm your girl, Pauline, and this is a space where real journeys, real growth, and real you come to life, personal and spiritual growth. Today's topic is set your intentions. Y'all, we are a couple of weeks away from concluding the first quarter. We're entering the second quarter. How will you set your intentions for the second quarter? Listen, the first quarter just flew by, it seems, but second quarter is here. And if you set your intentions the beginning of the first quarter and you felt like you fell off the wagon and you need to get back on, it's okay. Second quarter is your opportunity, is your chance to get started and do it again. So, first, let's talk about the importance of setting your intentions. When it comes to setting your intentions, well, before we talk about the importance of it, let me clarify. When it comes to setting your intentions, what, what I mean is making a personal statement or a purposeful statement. I'm not talking about a goal. I'm not talking about setting goals, but I'm talking about setting your intention just on about how you want to be or how you want to live or act. We're not talking about a goal that's focusing on a specific outcome, okay? Intention is more focusing on the journey and the mindset in the process. So, that's what I'm talking about when I'm referring to setting your intentions. Okay, so let's talk about the importance of setting your intention or just being intentional. Being intentional helps give you clarity, um, helps you truly understand what matters to you. It gives you focus. It helps you to stay centered. Um, Even when there's distraction going on, it helps you to stay focused. It gives you purpose. It helps you to align actions with your values. That is so important, y'all. And it also empowers you. It helps you to take control of your mindset and your energy. And it helps you to divert your energy to what truly matters. I studied a passage the other day. This was earlier this year. And this passage has left me so awestruck, however you want to say it. And I'm going to share it with you. So I'm going to be sharing about a woman who had intentions, who was so clear and so focused and so purposeful with her intentions and how it pretty much freed her and as well as empowered her. Okay. So I'm going to dive into Luke 8:40, verse 40 through 49. And this is a woman with intention. So I'm going to quickly read the passage and then we'll dive into it. It says, "Now when Jesus returned, a crowd welcomed him, for they were all expecting him." Oh, by the way, I'm reading in the NIV version. Then a man named Jairus, a synagogue leader, came and fell at Jesus' feet, pleading with him to come to his house because his only daughter, a girl of about 12, was dying. As Jesus was on his way, the crowds almost crushed him, and a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years, but no one could heal her. She came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak, and immediately her bleeding stopped. "Who touched me?" Jesus asked. When they all denied it, Peter said, "Master, the people are crowding and pressing against you." But Jesus said, "Someone touched me. I know that power has gone out of me." Then the woman, seeing that she could not go unnoticed, came trembling and fell at his feet. In the presence of all the people, she told why she had touched him and how she had been instantly healed. Then he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace." Y'all, I loved reading that passage. Looking at that passage, this woman was bold. You hear me? She was bold. She had been bleeding for 12 years. That's a long time. Another version of the passage said that she's gone to different people and sought out help, but no one could help her. So that tells me she was persistent because she just didn't go to one place and stop because they told her no. She was persistent. But I wanted to look at just the story overall. Yes, she touched him and the bleeding immediately stopped when she touched his cloak. But when you looked at um, this story, I'm like, first of all, there was a crowd pressing against Jesus, and he noticed someone touched him. And just like his disciples were like, Jesus, there are everybody's touching you. What you talking about? At this point, everybody's touching you, right? But what was different about the bleeding lady's touch? What was different about her touch? The entire crowd was pressing against Jesus, but he still noticed a difference. And she touched his cloak, not even his body, y'all. She touched his cloak. Another version said that she touched the edge of his garment. So she didn't even touch his body. He didn't She didn't even touch his skin for him to feel something, for the nerves to communicate, hey, somebody just touched your skin. It wasn't even like that. All she did was touch his cloak, not his body, but the edge of his cloak that was probably on somebody else's knee or something because so many people were pressing against him. But he still noticed. That's crazy to me. It's bizarre that she touched just the edge of his cloak and he still noticed. Her touch stood out to Jesus because she touched him with intention. That is the best response, the best thing I can come up with, because if she touched his cloak, that and it wasn't even his body, but he still noticed the difference about her touch, the difference with her and everyone else who's pressing against Jesus is that she was touching him with purpose. She was touching him with intention, whereas everyone else was just pressing against him. They didn't have any intentions. They didn't have a purpose to touch him, but she was the only one that touched him with intention, because many people were pressing and touching Jesus, but only one touched him with intention. Only one touch made a difference. She was intention about what she wanted. I want you to think about this. Second quarter is approaching in a couple of weeks. What is it that you want? What about you? What are you going to be intentional about? What is it that you want for second quarter? What is it that is what's your purpose for second quarter? Whether it's in personal, what is your personal life or your professional life, business or whatever? What is going to be your intention for the second quarter? She had a why. She had hope. She had faith. And she seized the opportunity, and her faith healed her. She had to have a lot of hope because it's been 12 years. It's been 12 years since she was bleeding, and she's been to different doctors and physicians, and no one can help her. So for the simple fact that 12 years and she's still, oh, I see an opportunity. Let me go touch This man that's been healing everybody else, let me see if I can just be healed. She was hopeful. What are you hopeful about? What in second quarter are you hopeful about? What is your why? She wanted to get healed because, listen, woman to woman, we all know bleeding for 12 years, she probably was cramping along with it too. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. Cramping, irritable, just I just can't imagine for 12 years straight. No break. Them cramps ain't going away. Nothing. So her why was she want to feel better. She want to be comfortable. She want to be able to wear cute dresses and not have to worry. She want to be able to go places and not have to worry about running out of protection or whatever. She had mad faith. If you're struggling with setting intentions, here are some things that can help you with that. So, some steps you can take with setting intentions. So, we're going into the second quarter, right? Reflect on the past, reflect on the first quarter. How was your first quarter? What worked in first quarter for you? January through March. What worked well? What didn't work well? What challenges did you face? What lessons did you learn? Right? You want to think about those things. You also want to figure out what you want to prioritize, what's important to you. Define your priorities, define your values. What are those things? And then you want to identify key areas that you want to focus on, whether it's a career, relationships, health, personal growth. What what a key area you want to focus on? What aligns with your values? Think about those things. You might want to choose a theme like I did for 2025. My theme is discipline. My I'm trying to focus on being more disciplined because baby, I'm looking like, whoa, I'm looking at people who are disciplined and I'm like, how do they do this thing? Because discipline does not come easy for me. So focus on those. You can figure out whatever your theme is. And then you want to write clear intentions. Write it down. Write clear intentions. Don't just say, I want X, Y, and Z. Be clear. Use positive present tense language when it comes to your intentions. Baby, this bleeding lady was very intentional. I could imagine after she touched him and how when the bleeding immediately stopped, the amount of relief she probably felt. She was like, "Oh my lord, he did it." She was relieved. I'm sure she was relieved. Her reaction, you know, just grateful. She revered God. Maybe she was scared a little bit, especially when he was like, "Who touched me?" And she's, "Uh-oh. I done touched this man. I'm healed now. And I don't know if I did something wrong." But she might have felt overwhelmed at the moment, overwhelmed with gratitude, but also overwhelmed with just feeling a little bit scared because Jesus like, "Who touched me?" Because she's thinking she's in trouble. But she stepped out and said, "It was me." She was very intentional. How's your faith? How is your faith? Her faith made her whole again. Her faith healed her. So, how's your faith? You're going to have to really pull and dig deep. And sometimes we be thinking we need faith at a mountain of faith when God is saying you just need a little mustard seed of faith. Staying aligned with your intentions. You can figure out some daily practices to help you stay in line with your intentions. I don't know if you need to journal, do some affirmation, set small actionable steps each day. If you need visual reminders, maybe you need to put on a sticky note, phone wallpaper. I put a lot of my stuff on my phone wallpaper. I do that. I do sticky notes as well. You can also try to get accountability so you can get regular check-in from like a friend who can help you stay a bit on top of things. What are you going to do? You're going to have to figure some things out. And then I would say do weekly or monthly reviews on your progress. Check your mindset. And then just continue to practice gratitude to reflect on positive shifts and growth that's going to help you. Those things will just really help you to stay in alignment with your intentions, even when it gets difficult. Like the bleeding lady, even when, you're not getting the answers that you want or the support that you want or whatever it is, or the results that you want, you still have to, be intentional and stay in alignment with your intentions. And sometimes it can get difficult, but you want to, overcome those challenges. So figure out what's going to work for you, what's going to help you out, because it is so beneficial when you live with intentions and move with intention and act with intention. It helps you with clarity again, and it proves your focus, helps you with your decision making, because one thing I like about the whole decision making thing, when you have intentions, you're not just going to do anything that's not in alignment with your intentions. So it makes it easier for you to make decisions because you're able to point out, oh, okay, this isn't going to work. Not for the things I'm trying to work on. With this, just think about, how you're going to welcome in 20 not 2025, but we're already in it, but welcome in the second quarter. What are we going to do to welcome in that second quarter? Okay? So that's all I got for you guys today, lovely people. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just really wanted to just encourage you guys with this because sometimes, the new year start and we start all excited and encouraged and ready to go. And then things happen and we fall off the wagon and we're like, okay, whatever, forget it. I'm just going to move on or I'm just not going to bother. But it's okay. Second quarter is about to come, you know. You don't have to wait till the new year to start over or to do anything. We're in a new quarter. We're about to be in a new quarter and new day. The Bible says, it's new every morning. So you don't have to wait. You don't even have to wait till the second quarter. We still got a week or two. So get into it, okay? Set those intentions. Be like the bleeding lady by having mad faith, okay? Mad faith. So, again, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Next Level Her podcast. If this resonate with you in any kind of way, I'd love to hear your thoughts, connect with you on social media. So just let me know and please leave a review. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And I really appreciate it. And share with your friends, okay? Share my podcast as we can grow and your people can grow as well. So until next time, keep growing, keep glowing, and keep becoming her. Talk soon, love.